Yandabinaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, drug users top mental illness cases at St. Giles Hospital. Police Commissioner briefs UN Human Rights Council. And Real Estate Act review to begin soon.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nunn.
But first this morning, the Ministry of Health and Medical Services has declared an outbreak of measles for the Serua Namosi subdivision. There have been 2 confirmed cases and 2 suspected cases reported from Wailali settlement in Wainandoi. 3 of the cases have recovered or are recovering at home, and 1 is currently admitted in hospital. The Serua Namosi subdivisional outbreak response team has activated their measles response plan, which includes isolating cases and tracing and vaccinating those that had contact with the cases, as well as vaccinating communities at risk. 80% of patients currently admitted at St. Giles hospitals were involved with drug use. Speaking to FBC News, St. Giles Medical Superintendent Dr. Kiran Gaikwad says this is worrying. Ali Kimbia with the story.
St. Giles Hospital has raised the red flag due to the escalation of drug-related cases treated at the hospital.
Before it was only marijuana, which people used to use, but now the new drug like meth has come in and it's rising day by day. And we are seeing the number of cases coming to us with substance use disorder are rising every year.
The use of various drugs has led to numerous cases of mental illness, and Dr. Gaikwad says they will take the first step to finding a solution.
So we are very much concerned about this problem, and that's why we have now decided to take steps further to start treating such patients. So as a first step, we have started alcohol and other drug counseling unit in St. Giles Hospital.
Minister for Health Dr. Wangai Nambete says Fiji is not the only one isolated with the problem.
Sadly, in Fiji, the abuse of marijuana affects our young people. So, it's been estimated that up to 20% of admissions that come through St. Giles are associated with marijuana.
The government has stated that it's taking big steps to root out this problem wherever it exists, because while recovery is immensely important, prevention is key. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Fiji Police Force is working with relevant stakeholders in the management, reporting, investigation and prosecution of breaches of human rights by its officers. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Ngilio made this comment while presenting a progress on the Universal Periodic Report on Fiji's national reports at the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. Ngilio says they have a dedicated human rights cell under the Directorate of the Internal Affairs to independently investigate and report on complaints against officers on breaches of human rights.
Further to this, we have also crafted a policy on the use of pepper spray for immediate implementation in association with our use of force policy. Training for this in all 5 policing divisions have been ongoing.
With an increasing number of bogus agents, the Real Estate Agents Licensing Board is lacking powers to discipline and prosecute. Board Chair Dr. Abdul Hassan says this has prompted them to review the Real Estate Agents Act 2006, which is now 13 years old. Fijians will be invited to make submissions to the Real B as the review on the Act will begin soon. Dr. Hassan says they aim to strengthen the provisions of the Act.
We know that in the last 4 or 5 years there has been a lot of development taking place in the country in terms of putting out the buildings and other improvements. And definitely, if we can manage to control our activities in the real estate sector through the legislation, and I'm sure we can achieve a great in terms of benefits that will go to the property owners.
The Land Transport Authority has set the record straight, highlighting extensive consultations were done with taxi operators before the permit redraw was carried out in August. Chief Executive Samuel Simpson says their consultations were clearly highlighted by the media. His comments follow 3 court cases by various taxi associations against the LTA. There were 3 court cases brought by the Nandi and Fiji Taxi Associations. 2 were dismissed. However, in the 3rd case, the court ruled for the LTA to consult with the Fiji Taxi Association before the next lottery is held.
If we go back to May 2018, We had a couple of meetings with the Fiji Taxi Association. We met with the senior officials, and those officials were the president of the FTA, the vice president, and the general secretary. So those are the top people in the Fiji Taxi Association. And they expressed general satisfaction with the consultation that we provided for at that particular time.
The Fiji Taxi Association President Rabin Singh, however, has refuted there was any consultation.
And the President of Fiji Taxi Association, nothing they had been discussing with us, nothing from the court order from the 31st of last month, until now, none of them have been conversation with us, not CEO, none of his clerk, none of them.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says progress does not belong to only the elite of Fiji, but to all Fijians. He was speaking at the handover of $500,000 seed grant from the Itoke Land Trust Board. Bainimarama commended landowners for having the foresight and vision to invest in their own land. He also told landowners not to listen to anyone who may question these grants.
There are critics out there who will lie and say these seed funding grants are handouts or freebies. When they say that, they think they are insulting my government, but really they are insulting you, the hard-working people who want to make the most out of this opportunity.
The Consumer Council of Fiji has received 19 complaints against a travel agent in Nandi. 2 of the cases have been referred to police. Chief Executive Seema Shandil says it's alleged a Namaka-based travel agent has taken thousands of dollars from consumers, promising them air tickets. However, these tickets were fake. She says the 2 cases which have been forwarded to police are worth $6,780. Shandil says while investigations continue, the travel agent has refunded some of the consumers.
3 consumers have received their refunds, that is worth $4,680. We still have 13 cases pending at the council, and it is highly likely that these cases will be referred to police for their appropriate action should they don't receive appropriate redress.
Coming up, Fiji wins second pool match at Oceania Sevens, and FNRL yet to acquire piece of land. Welcome back. The Fiji Sevens side thrashed Japan SDS in its second pool match at the Oceania Sevens at the ANZ Stadium in Suva last night, winning the game by 31 points to 0. Napoleoni Ratu, Vilimoni Mbotitu and Amniasi Tuimamba stuck for Fiji in the first half with a try each as the national side led 19-0. Japan managed to tighten up its defense in the second spell, but conceded 2 tries with Captain Waisea Nadungu and Rusiate Matai touching down for Fiji. Fiji will play New Caledonia and the All Black Sevens today.
Getting off our line in defence and putting pressure on the opposition, we're closing space down, and especially when the weather's like this, that tends to play into your hands as well. But I thought we were good with the ball as well. We were smart when we carried the ball. We were smart. We got turned over once, I think. We were smart when we were offloading as well in particularly poor weather. And we scored some good tries, so I think that restarts we need to improve on. Our goal kicking, but those are the things that obviously by the time I get to Dubai, I expect to see where we need to be.
Players in the Oceania Sevens Deaf Tournament are making the best of their moment. The Fiji Nayula Deaf team won its first game at the Oceania Sevens, and coach Mosese Kama says it was a memorable win. Speaking through a sign language interpreter, Kama says playing in the Oceania Sevens Deaf Tournament for the first time is a huge step for these players. Kama adds that disabled people have hidden talents which are not recognized by many. He thanked the Oceania Rugby for introducing the Deaf Rugby Sevens this year.
We are really happy that we have been part of this tournament. and we see that it really has helped us to develop us in a good way.
The Fijiana Sevens team have had a strong start to the Oceania Sevens tournament, thrashing Vanuatu 28-0 in their first match. Fiji led 10-0 at halftime. Despite the lead, the team didn't impress the crowd much in the first half. They gained momentum in the second half, however, where they maintained possession throughout the match. Coach Sayasi Fuli says there are areas that do need work.
The first 3 minutes was a bit rusty. I know every first game, the first 2-3 minutes a bit rusty. Even though we maintain the possession and control the possession, we just needed to control the possession well and be clinical, and that's what we did in the second half. Control the possession.
The Fijiana will take on the Solomon Islands at 12:50 p.m. today. Flying Fijians coach John McKee says Frank Lomani is developing into a key player for the team. McKee praised the 23-year-old who he says has performed really well for Fiji. He says Fiji has very robust players who can help us succeed in missions against the Barbarians. The Flying Fijians coach has also said Lomani has a bright future ahead of him.
Going to the Barbarians, Frank's, going to have to take much more of a leadership role around the team. So that's a challenge for those young players. But I've got real faith in them that they can step up.
The Fiji National Rugby League is in the process of formalizing the purchase of land in Narere Nasinu. Acting Chief Executive Don Natambe says they aim to get the process completed by February next year. Groundwork will begin between May and June.
We're looking to do a sports facility. This is a plan that has been conceived by the board in 2015. They were the actual board that initiated talks to acquire that piece of land in Narere.
The property will be used for a multi-purpose sporting facility, which will also include office space for the FNRL. Showers are forecast for the Fiji group today. And that is your FBC Morning News. Remember to join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. That's it from me for now. Have a good morning.